Welcome to the AppalachiaTCG podcast. You can visit our website, www.AppalachiaTCG.com. I'm your host, Big John Howard, or Smango, known on the internet, and I got my co-host, Anthony Carty, nicknamed Tony. He's going to, like I said in our other episode, he's going to eventually start his own YouTube channel, but we wanted to do something together and kind of help grow my channel and have more content for it while I make other card stuff, and we wanted to do a podcast together. So, today's episode, we're going to talk about sets, Magic the Gathering sets, the set fatigue, and these cool comics I found at the comic store.
That is awesome.
Literally, I've never seen these before. I don't know if you guys see them here on the channel, but we'll talk about them a little bit. These are old. This from September. It don't say what day, but like it has Fallen Empires on it. So that's like from 1994, right? Is that Fallen Empires?
Yeah, 94. Yeah.
It says it's supposed to come with a pack of cards, but I doubt it does.
Between 94 and 95.
94, 95.
So, yeah, that's...
And I don't know if you guys are from Pikeville, Kentucky, but this comes from page 3, the Game Zone. I've not even looked at these yet. I literally just picked them up over the weekend. I just thought cool be to talk about and have them in the background. Like, holy, that tape is not coming off easy. And I just destroyed that bag. I killed the bag. The bag's dead. But anyway, we're going to talk about set fatigue and our favorite sets today. Mostly about Magic the Gathering sets fatigue. How many sets come out? Yeah, there ain't no way to really. It says it includes a free booster pack with comic, but this was used. I'm old, and it's even got an old Super Nintendo and Genesis game on the back called Warlock. I've never even heard of that game. You heard of that game?
No.
You guys heard of Warlock? I've played a lot of Super Nintendo. I've never. Golly, the art in this is amazing.
Yeah, the old art, you can't beat it.
I don't think they're going to include a pack of Fallen Empires in this, but this is gorgeous. This is not in the best shape ever. I mean, it's not in bad shape. It's probably not gradable. I don't know. I don't know if you'd want to grade this or not, but I've not got into graded comics yet, but this is really cool.
That seems like a more dangerous slope.
Graded comics, they have some at the page 3.
Yeah, I looked at one or two once.
Yeah, I love graded stuff, so I don't know, it might be something I get into eventually, but I destroyed that bag. I destroyed it bad. That tape on there was not coming off. It was not to be opened, I guess, I don't know. That tape, I mangled it. I mangled that piece of tape. But, back in the day, whenever Magic come out, you had maybe 3 sets a year?
Yeah, maybe 3.
I'll go through it here on the phone because I don't remember. I like, even then I wasn't really buying Magic cards. Let's see, 93. I am mangled. Oh my goodness, there's tape on the comics. I'm destroying this thing. I'm having a bad time with this, guys. Here we go. All right, we'll leave that in there until I can get another bag out. And that tape's bad. That's bad shape for her.
That just makes me want to go home and look up comics.
Like, also, guys, I want you to look. There's new comics too, like these Hidden Planeswalker, and it's by Boom Studios. The ones that done this is by Armada. That's Ice Age. You like that one? But yeah, these Boom Studios does the Hidden Planeswalker set or something. I couldn't find 3. I have 1, 2, and 4 I found, but not 3. I don't know if there's another one or not. I've not really looked into it yet. But
that's awesome.
Really, that was really cool. And this is the Shadow Mage. I don't even know what that is. I don't know. Is the Shadow Mage a set, or is it just talking about something? Yeah. What do you think about that, Tony?
It looks cool.
It's awesome.
That's all I can say.
Yeah, I was just like, those are cool. Anyway, I got to get those. I don't even know how much it was worth. I was like, here's my money. Here's my wallet. You do with it what you will.
I got problems.
Yeah. So, God, there's so many sets. Yeah. And we're going to talk about set fatigue too, and it hits me hard, especially here lately.
Well, it don't hit me hard. I just nitpick everything I buy.
Yeah.
I mean, I just don't buy every set.
I've been buying. I've quit buying booster boxes and I buy the bundles. And I'm even getting tired of buying bundles because it's just like there's a lot of packs that come in bundles. And you're like, what do I do with this? Like, at least it gives you a box and you can put it away, and it gives you a collector.
Yeah.
It gives you something collector. Is it just a single pack or something?
Yeah, it's a sample pack.
A sample pack. So you get a sample pack of
like
collectors.
2 or 3 cards in it.
Yeah. So that's really cool. But man, they have so many sets coming out, and they're coming directly for our wallets here again in 2025. Have you even seen 2025 sets?
Yeah. Yeah.
The Universe is Beyond, it's insane.
Well,
so
it's going to hurt you more than me.
Yeah. Well, there's Marvel than Final Fantasy.
Yeah. Final Fantasy at the beginning.
How do you get Marvel and Final Fantasy in the same year? That's not even fair, Hasbro.
I was never really that big into Final Fantasy. So, I just...
I'm like, what do you do? Like, I just turn over my paycheck to them or what? I'm working for Hasbro at this point.
Probably. Now, I would be hurt if they would come out with like a Zelda or something like that. That would go.
A Nintendo? Like a Nintendo Universes Beyond?
I would.
If it had like Mario and Zelda and Mega Man and all that stuff.
Bowser.
Yeah, just.
Yeah, I would be done. I would be done.
And you know they're going to. They're done Fallout, so.
I mean, who owns the... I know Nintendo owns that, but who owns the license for the toys? Is it Hasbro?
I guarantee Hasbro's made Nintendo toys.
I mean, so...
Let's see. We got the power of the internet with us today.
Yeah.
But let's go through these sets. I know we're going to ramble on about stuff just because that's what me and Tony do.
Yeah.
But there's like core sets, and they quit that, and I thought that was the greatest thing they ever done was core sets.
Yeah.
Like you had a core set, these cards are going to be played till at least the next year.
Yeah.
If you played standard. So you had Alpha, Beta, Unlimited in 1993. Unlimited when they started really printing cards, obviously.
Yeah.
Then Revised Edition, 4th Edition, 5th Edition, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th.
Yeah.
10th goes to 2020 or 2007. Modern is 7th Edition plus, ain't it? Or is that 8th Edition? It's 9th for sure.
I think it's 8.
Is it 8th Edition? So, like, if you play Modern Magic the Gathering, I think it's 8th. Yeah. So that's from like 2003 till now, 2024. So that's
almost 20 years.
That is 21 years worth of Magic cards. If you play Modern, you have to deal with. That's a lot of cards.
Yeah, and
so then they come out with sets that's designed for Modern, and it's not to be meant for a like they're not supposed to rotate out. Like Modern don't rotate out now. Modern, I think even Pioneer, but Modern and Pioneer are completely different though, because you can't have Modern cards and Pioneer, so I don't even know how that works.
Well,
there's Modern and Legacy, all the cards are in that format, I think.
I mean, a few has tried to explain this to me, but I don't. It gets way out there.
Yeah, it's a lot. Then after the editions, you had Magic 2010 Core, 211, 2012, 13, 14, 15. Then you had Magic Origins, and that was 2015. Then they quit doing the core sets again until 2019.
Yeah.
And that was in 2018. So they started doing that.
I thought they done a Core 21.
Yeah, they did 2019, 2022, and 2021.
Yeah, okay.
But they're a year above themselves. Like it come out in July 2020.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
And they're on a core set 2021, but there hasn't been a core set since. So it's like they was doing all this stuff right, I think, because that's just kind of how games and sets do. They do it a year before. Like they make it the year before. Like you have a Toyota, new Toyota 2024, but it's made in 2023.
Well, there's also a lot of product testing goes on too.
Yes, but. Then there's just so many sets now. Here's all upcoming sets. So we just had Outlaws of Thunder Junction, and I swear it felt just like Fallout Universes Beyond come out and Murders just come out.
Yeah.
Like I like Murders. I saw like one card, and then like Fallout come out. Then Outlaws is here. Then we're all getting killed by cowboys all of a sudden.
Yeah, cowboys. I still want some cowboys.
Yeah. Then it's just there's almost too much to keep up with, and if you're a fan of Magic the Gathering, you do like to keep up with it, and it's just so much. This isn't even a good guide I'm looking at. Like there's one I looked at. And the thing is they changed standards, so the cards aren't even rotating out as fast as they used to.
No.
They're getting a whole nother year. So, take for instance, Innistrad Midnight Hunt come out 2021. It's still been played today in Standard. The Standard Magic the Gathering format. Now, Standard is a rotating format, but I guess I don't know if paper Commander has become so much more popular than Standard that nobody even plays it. Every store I've went to in Eastern Kentucky, they don't even have a Standard format played anymore. It's Commander Night.
Yeah.
There used to be Friday Night Magic, now it's Friday Night Commander Fest.
Yeah, that's... I mean, well, Commander, I think Commander is just so good is because it's internal.
Yeah.
It can go way back to the beginning. And...
That's true. That is good. Now, and there's only certain cards that... Is any cards really banned, I guess, unless you're playing a tournament? Or if your play group just says it's banned, then you know, you want to have a friendly environment with your commander.
There's official, I don't know.
Yeah, there is an official, like...
ban list on them, but... I really don't know how they do that either.
I think, and you only get one card, so everything's not so overpowered.
Well, unless you've got cards
That says otherwise, yeah. It says otherwise.
And there's only like 6 of them in the whole game. So that's interesting too.
So, take for instance, these were called expansion sets. That's what they called this. So in 1993, you had one expansion set from the core, Alpha, Beta,
and
Alpha, Beta, revised,
revised,
or unlimited, whatever.
Yeah.
You had one called Arabian Nights, and that was in 1993. 1994, you had 4 sets. You had Antiquities, Legends, The Dark, and Fallen Empires. 1995, you had 2 sets called Ice Age and Homelands. I ain't even heard of Homelands. You heard of Homelands?
Yeah. It was a bust set. It didn't do that good.
So I'm just saying, like, there might be 3 sets, so you can get really pumped up for a new set. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like now. So let's go to let's go to 2006. 2006 had Guild Pack, Disson, Cold Snap, and Time Spiral. I remember Time Spiral. Time Spiral was awesome. That was an awesome set because I went back to like the old sets. I love stuff like that.
Well, I found this last year. I found some Time Spiral in Walmart.
So let's jump to 2016. Oath of the Gatewatch, Shadows over Innistrad, Eldritch Moon, and Kaladesh. So that's 4. Four sets.
What year was Kaladesh?
2016. Let's jump to 2023 here, folks. Well, according to this, it don't look too bad. It says 4. But I don't think it's like sets that go directly into the standard format. It's like you got so many.
Well, you got this like
remastered, then you got the modern series, and you got Universes Beyond or something, and it just gets all confusing. It will be confusing.
Well, now the Universe Beyond sets, they're really not standard playable.
No, they're not. But they're modern playable.
Yeah.
They're a modern set. Now, I didn't know that until I started looking at it, because you can play Lord of the Rings in modern.
Yeah.
And some of those cards are crazy. Look, I don't even understand how half of them work.
What the Bowmaster?
The Orcus Bowmaster has been really sought after. Then you got the ring, and it has a weird mechanic when you think about it.
Yeah.
And then it's like, if you're competing, man, you got to know a lot.
Oh, yeah.
If you're competing in modern, like the modern format, like you got to learn a lot of cards.
Yeah.
And it's really expensive to compete too. If you're playing in tournaments, it's at least about $1,100 to if you have all the cards you wanted to compete with.
Oh yeah.
That's the only ones that's winning the money.
Yeah, that's crazy. When you start really looking at what the sets is, and only a cherry picking what cards going in, it's mind blowing.
And nothing's really banned. There's not a lot banned in Modern.
No.
Because you don't have the Power 9s in Modern automatically.
Yeah. No, yeah, Power 9. Well, they ain't really banned. They're more restricted now.
Yeah. Well, they're not. I mean, there's not even restricted cards in Modern hardly. Let's see. I'm sorry if I'm talking about Modern too much, but there's so many sets. Then there's supplemental sets, they call it, which I guess these are Universes Beyond. There was a Transformer set, the Baldur's Gate stuff was cool, and Modern Horizons 2, Jumpstart, Doctor Who. 2023 was crazy. We had March of the Machine, the Aftermath, which is March of the Machine. Then it was like March of the Machine come out, then the Aftermath come out like a month later. I don't know, it was really fast. It was like, what? So they had I don't know why they just didn't include it in the other set.
Well, that's what they have done with Outlaws of Thunder Junction. They actually had a mini set.
Oh, they did?
And they included it in.
Why would they even think that they should make a mini set?
Because it was already made. And
I think that they got backlash on the Aftermath. What happened?
Yeah. So they just included it in the regular pack.
There's just so much to keep up with. So since 2023, March of the Machines, Lord of the Rings, Tales of Middle-earth, Doctor Who Commander decks, Jurassic World Collection. But that was kind of that was just a set. So now when you get sets, so if you get the Ixalan, that's the dinosaur one,
Don't they call
right?
them special guest cards too?
Yeah, but it's called, on here they said it's the Jurassic World Collection.
Yeah.
So those cards, now if you open up a pack, and this is so confusing, guys. So I'm trying to help new players and even myself understand. If you open up a new pack today, you will get a standard set, a modern set. So standard and modern is automatically it's the same set when you open a new pack. But then you'll have a commander almost set.
Yeah.
You'll have cards that's just meant for commander, and that's where it gets really confusing when you open up a new pack of cards. Yeah. It'll have a different logo on there. Even when I'm building decks, I'm like, what can I even put in this popper deck or the standard deck? But then if you play, so this is where it gets confusing too. If you play draft, you're allowed to play with all the cards because it's just that single set.
Well, that's your pull.
Yeah, that's the card you're playing with. But then, you take those cards home with you later. You can't play with them again, and you have to separate them, and so you'll have commander only cards. They'll be labeled something completely different,
different symbol and everything.
The Thunders of Outlaw Junction, they have jail cards or something on there, and that's your commander set, I guess, right?
That sounds right.
I think. See, that's why I'm even confused, man.
It does get confusing.
It feels like there's too much going on all of a sudden. And it used to not be this hard. It's like you just knew if you got a new pack of cards that you could play with them until 2 years. If you played standard, if you played modern, you can play with them till the end of time, basically now. Then popper, poppers. Why I keep pushing popper, guys, because it's just so easy to comprehend and understand. It's all common cards from every set ever. And you make a deck.
Yeah.
As long as it's common or been printed common, it's pretty much good. There's a few cards that's banned, like my favorite Monastery Swift Spear. Didn't even know it was printed common before. And I was like, holy crap, that card's been printed common. I instantly made a red deck and it got banned as soon as I made it.
Yeah, that's how it goes.
So, yeah.
I mean, it's a fun game, but there's a lot to keep up with. And this is really, it's just not a game, it's a hobby too.
Yeah, this is a hobby. You are not going to sit down one day and learn everything there is to know about Magic. There's still stuff
No, I'm still learning mechanics right now, and it gets confusing.
Yeah, it does. It gets really confusing. And there's so much to learn. And once you start getting into other decks and stuff you're wanting to try out, and then you'll have to learn new mechanics. And
Yeah.
when you're playing against somebody else, you'll have to look at their cards, and there's just a lot to learn because you'll never know what there ain't no way in the world if I sat down, even with Tony, he builds a deck and he doesn't even tell me he's building a deck, and we sat down together. Yeah. I ain't gonna have a clue what's in that deck unless he tells me or lets me look at it beforehand. And even then, it's gonna be like, what's this deck even really do? Unless you play it.
And sometimes when you're building a deck too, it ain't gonna go the way you want it to go.
No. So there is. I like Aether Hub, and then there's Moxfield. There's probably the two best ones I found that has a lot of user decks on it. Yeah. And honestly, those decks, they have... So, there's this thing called synergy. I don't know if you guys know what synergy is. It's how cards work together with other cards.
Yeah.
So that's basically the premise of Magic the Gathering. You want to have cards that work well with other cards, and it's called synergy. Your deck has good synergy, you pretty much win. You want to have almost a finishing combo.
Yeah.
To win the game.
Yeah, your kill con.
Yeah.
And I find what everybody talks about, these new sets and all that there's just so much. But like websites like for me I use is TCG Goldfish, and that's how I pick what set I want to buy. I look through and I got like a weird rules when I buy a set. It has to have so many of a card I want, and I should be able to pull. And sometimes I don't even get that.
So, if you buy a Commander set box or Commander deck, that's what this is, a Commander deck. You can't use these cards to play another format, right? And some of these cards might be printed. You can buy a Commander deck.
Yeah.
And if the card's actually been printed before, not just for Commander, you can still play with it, I think. That's why it's so confusing.
You can. You just gotta. Like MTG Goldfish will tell you what set is legal in. You can scan it, or TCG Player does the same. There's a little box pops up, and you can scroll, and it'll tell you what card is okay to what set, or what format of the game you want to play.
Yeah, so some people, they will buy Commander decks just for a certain card.
Yeah.
They really will.
I know one we play with, he'll buy a deck just to break apart, just to get a certain card.
Yeah. And that's not this thing was, what, $44 at the LGS? That's not a bad deal. You get a deck. Well, we're going to do another episode, but I think we need to just play like pre-con Commanders, and that's probably the most fair way to play. Yeah.
Well, the pre-con should be level with another pre-con.
Yeah.
You're not want to curve somebody for being there.
It's just sometimes how the cards fall too. It don't matter what you do.
Well, everybody gets mad and say, "Oh, that deck sucked. That deck sucked." More than likely, it was a good deck. It's just cards pulled. That's the biggest thing. You can't hold a deck you just bought at hostage because you didn't like how it played.
Got a funny smell to it. It does smell that.
Ooh.
I don't.
Well, it's can't.
$4 deck box. I just thought it was cool.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it stinks.
Oh, that's one to air out.
Well, I thought that was a cool deck box for $4. A Campbell's soup, and it says counterspell rejected. Absolutely not.
It smells like burnt soup.
Yeah, that's bad. But there's so much to learn about Magic the Gathering, and like I said, there's so many sets. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's
I mean, this game's been going on a long time, since 1993.
almost 31 years.
31 years. And there's a thing, if you're new to Magic the Gathering, they've had collector's editions. So that's even another thing nobody really talks about, is collector's editions. They're not legal to play, I guess.
Oh, you're talking about the pre world decks and.
Yeah, then there was world. See, there's other decks out there. Right now at LGS's, you can usually find a deck called, it'll have Pioneer wrote on it, and it's like a Tournament 1 Pioneer deck you can buy.
Yeah. And that was the decks who won that year. Mm-hmm. And
But there's the Magic 30 Collectors. There's been the International Collector's Edition. There was another Collector's Edition before the 30.
Yeah. It's like 25 year, there was something they done.
Well, the Magic 30 was ridiculous.
I know
couldn't even buy it. I don't remember him being able to have an option to buy it.
It was on.
They only sold the LGSs or something, right?
No, you could have logged on, but it was $1,000 box for 4 packs. And I know a lot of people they physically hated that idea.
It was dumb.
But I mean, how they talked about it, it was supposed to be you going back in time and opening it up like it was when it was fresh.
Yeah.
And if I would have had $1,000 and I had an opportunity to buy it, I would have bought it.
I mean, I would have liked to have one pack at least, but golly, $250 for a pack of cards, that's a lot.
A lot of card stores was they opened them up just for their use. They wasn't even trying to sell. I know all LGS has got it was weird how they done that too. Was like if you was a licensed LGS, you got 1 box for free.
Yeah.
And if you was in a certain class of LGS, you got maybe 2 boxes for free. And it was a weird setup, but you know that evolves on the distributors. Mm-hmm. You know, because Magic is a 3-tier system. You know, you can't really buy nothing from Wizards of the Coast unless you're on Secret Layers, and that's a weird thing. But you know every card you're getting there. But like in your booster boxes and stuff like that, as far as I understand, you can't buy from Wizards of the Coast or Hasbro. Mm-mm. And it has to go through a third party, and that's where the prices does get jacked up too. I just want to throw that up.
Then there's another set that nobody talks about, which we love. I love anyway. Is Secret Lair. Mm. Listen, guys, it's so crazy. Like Secret Lair, you can play with them. They're just reprints, basically, of old cards made cooler.
I mean, I waited 6 months for the Sheldon.
Yeah, I don't know if I have a.
I mean, I did.
Here's one.
It was almost 6 months since the Sheldon, the Godfather of Magic, Secret Lair.
So here is a Secret Lair of Godzilla, Mecha Godzilla. He is, basically it's a card called Hangerback Walker. So this is a Secret Lair card. You can actually play with this card if you wanted to, but that's what I'm talking about. The Secret Lair, it's got this little shooting star on it. I don't know if it's a shooting star, but there's a shooting star on some of the cards too. It's just...
And back in the day, they wasn't Secret Lairs too, but they was called they was Judge Promo cards.
Yeah, Judge Promo cards. So I'm gonna go through the 2023 release, and this is how many sets you had to keep up with. And I know for a fact I didn't get some of these. I don't remember this one.
What?
Khans of Tarkir. It says 2023 Khans of Tarkir. December 12th, 2023. I don't remember that set.
Was that before the Dungeons and Dragons?
should have been after this 2023. Dungeons and Dragons was like 2022, I think, or 2021. Anyway, I know. So you had Dominaria Remastered. So Dominaria Remastered was an awesome set, and it had old retro cards on there, which was awesome, but it wasn't printed for standard. I don't even know if it was printed for modern, to be honest with you. I don't know if it was considered a modern set. It might have been. They print a lot for modern. They print more than I realized until I started looking at this. So you had Phyrexia, All Will Be One, Shadows over Innistrad Remastered. So that's another remastered set.
Yeah.
March of the Machines, The Aftermath, The Lord of the Rings, Tales of Middle-earth, Commander Mastered, Wilds of Eldraine. I think that Khans of Tarkir was supposed to be in Ixalan, but maybe I'm wrong.
Probably.
No, it says Lost Caverns of Ixalan, November 17th, 2017. So it was supposed to have been after it. Khans of Tarkir. I don't remember it. I'm telling you, I don't remember it. Now, TCG Player usually keeps a good track. But even, I literally got on TCG Player the other day, and I was getting ready to look at cards for Thunders of Outlaw Junction, or Outlaws of Thunder Junction, whatever it's called. I went to Magic, and I was like, okay, I thought it'd be the latest set, and all of a sudden, here's Modern Horizons 3, top of the list.
Yeah.
I'm just like, how am I supposed to keep up with this? Like, if anybody's new, and they didn't know this, yeah, it don't even say the Lost Caverns of Ixalan, then there's like Universes Beyond Jurassic World Collection.
But them's their premium sets they launch. They launch 1 to 2 a year.
It's just crazy. It's crazy. So I just started getting back in the Magic around the Kamigawa Neon Destiny area.
Yeah.
So since then, it's been crazy. There's other sets. There's fun sets too.
Oh yeah.
So the latest fun set has been Uninfinity, and guess what? You can play that in Modern.
Oh, that space one?
The space is a Modern set.
That's a weird set.
It is weird.
I don't.
And you can play those cards in Commander.
Yeah, because that's true.
It is so confusing. It really is. I don't know where Magic goes from here to make it less confusing. Since we started really playing again, there's been Jumpstart. We've seen those. There's been Double Masters, Commander Dominaria United, Uninfinity, Universes Beyond Warhammer. I have a deck sitting at my office. Commander the Brothers War. So the Brothers War, I love that set. There was like the Brothers War, but then you had the Brothers War Commander set, and it had a different cog on it. So that's what I'm talking about. When you open these packs, they have different logos on there. Even though it come from Brothers War, it still can't be played in certain formats. Yeah. So I don't know why it's even including that over here on the other side. But so I guess it's just saying that's a Commander set. Dominaria Remastered, Jumpstart 2022, Commander, Lord of the Rings, Tales of Middle-earth. Then we have our regular sets, I guess you want to call them. Innistrad Midnight Hunt, Innistrad Crimson Vow, Kamigawa, Streets of New Capenna, Dominaria United, The Brothers War, Phyrexia, All Will Be One, March of the Machines, Universes Beyond, The Lord of the Rings, Tales of Middle-earth. See, why is that considered an expansion set? Wilds of Eldraine, Universes Beyond Doctor Who, The Lost Caverns of Ixalan, Ravnica Remastered, Murders at Karlov Manor. Yeah. Then this doesn't even have Outlaws of Thunder Junction yet. It's still technically pre-ordered, but you can go get it right now. I don't make no sense either. Yeah, well, ain't this release weekend? Really, yeah, it was released this week and weekend. Yeah. But it's just a lot. I mean, you know, and it really feels just like Fallout come out. You know what I mean? Like it literally. I ain't even got to play with the Fallout card. I did. I got aggravated with it. Oh yeah, I guess we did. We played against your dog deck. Yeah. But that's been what? We played it once. Yeah, I ain't even got. We played it once, and now it's Outlaws is out. Yeah. I'm just like, what happened? Murders is just, it got forgot about it. It was a bad set, though, I think. I know people. It was bad. It was a bad set. I know people like the Clue game with it. Yeah.
They didn't really care for the cards, besides some of the staples they was going for, or they had that slime card. Everybody, because you can have more than one of them in a
Yeah, that was a good card. I think. Did I hit one? I can't remember.
And that was like a $3 or $4 card right off the bat. Mm-hmm. And I mean, it's crazy when you're really getting into Magic, and to be truthful, this ain't just a Magic problem either. It's all over. If it's a TCG, it's all over it.
The trading card games in general are. I mean, they're trying to make money, obviously.
Yeah,
but I think they're printing too much at this point. Like, there ain't no way in the world like you can keep up with Pokemon either. It's insane. I could not tell you a single Pokemon set out right now. Like, I've pulled packs of Pokemon, and I don't play Pokemon. I collect some cards. Mostly I collect them for my son, just so he'd have some trading fodder, at school.
Yeah.
And I could not tell you, there was like Pangum or something like that, and I thought that was the latest set, and then it was like the next week there was a new set. Pagma or something, I don't know.
I don't really.
Then there was like Evolving Skies, and then there was Sword and Shield, and there was like another Sword and Shield, and I was just like, wow, I do not know any of these sets.
There was 151 set was out.
151, so yeah, there's another set. I have no idea.
A lot of chase cards in that.
I'll tell you another big problem too in these new sets. And it's mostly a Magic the Gathering problem, I think. They have too many variants of these cards.
Oh yeah.
Too many variants.
Yeah, scented art, special treatment cards. Again, that goes back to bling.
Yeah,
that's really all that is. And I like it. I think it's fun. But
it is, but then it's like, what card? It's hard to look up cards and see if they're worth anything.
Yeah, because you really have to go by the print number.
Yeah, there's a print number on new cards. I'm telling you right now, if you said an alpha or a beta in front of me, I could not tell you which one was which. Though, you know what I'm saying? At least they did. They had added icons and stuff.
Well, beta had little 4 white dots in each corner.
Okay.
And the corners was a different cut from alpha. But that's really the only.
Oh yeah, the corners are curved, ain't they? On one of them.
Yeah,
the other ones are straight, right?
They're cut on a different angle.
Oh, okay.
But then they changed it somehow. So that's confusing too.
Yeah, it's confusing. I would like to collect a beta card or alpha card, but they are very expensive. They are an investment.
You really need to be looking at it, and you need to know exactly on the card what you're looking at.
Yeah. And we'll talk about this in another episode, but there is so many fakes out there. And a kid messaged me today asking if I'd buy his Pokemon collection. And he said he'd been putting money into it, and there was a bunch of those gold cards. And I was like, dude, you got scammed. I'm sorry to tell you. It's like, you can buy that whole thing for $3 off of AliExpress.
Yeah.
He's like, really? I was like, yeah. Sorry, dude. But it happens.
Yeah.
It's easy to get tricked, when you don't know what you're looking for.
Well, I mean, I've been looking on AliExpress or Temu and stuff, because I was a big Yu-Gi-Oh! TV show. I loved anime. And I've been just looking at that just to buy some of the cards was on the TV show.
Yeah.
Again, they might won't be worth nothing, but
you just like the art and stuff.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, it also looks like it did when they pulled it out of the decks. Mm-hmm. And I just think that was amazing. Even the back looks like the card. So, but them's fake, and them's a novelty, and you gotta watch out for that stuff.
It sucks. I mean, I bought a card. I didn't think it was real. I bought one of those gold cards and it was in a case and stuff. And I was like, I'm just going to buy it just to mess around. I could have looked it up probably there at the spot. And I was like, yeah, it's fake. But I didn't spend a lot of money. I was like $10. But
now too, that's another thing, and that's a topic for a whole new.
yeah, that's a whole different
that
episode for sure.
Is how to tell the fakes between calls. Card feel does matter. How it's printed matters, and I didn't really know that till I started watching people explain what's fake. I even bought a jeweler's loop to really look at cards.
Yeah, I need to buy one of those myself, especially if I'm going to start buying beta cards.
Yeah.
You have to have them for beta cards.
Yeah, I mean, you got to...
Because I don't have one. Apparently, when you start collecting beta or alpha cards, you need one that's graded just so you can tell the difference of fake ones. It's like, okay, so you got to make sure you get authentic, real cards somewhere. So you could tell the difference.
Well, then you also got your light test.
Yeah, the light test is supposed to be good.
And, or you got the famous rip test, but if it does come out to be real, you're probably in trouble somewhere.
Yeah.
Especially when you're talking about a card like beta and alpha. If you're really looking at them two sets, one could be worth $5,000 extra over top of another one. So, and really, the high dollar ones is in the Power 9, and and them's the most common fake cards out there. So,
back to going to the sets and stuff, and I've tried to pick up on Flesh of Blood.
Yeah,
and honestly, it's hard to know where they're at, and I don't know why I understand Magic the Gathering better.
Now, with Flesh and Blood, great art.
Yes. And they don't have a lot of variants of cards too, is what I like. Like they do have different variants, but it's weird. I don't know.
There's more like
there's like rainbow foils and code foils or something like that, and it does get confusing too. But I'm talking about like, I could not tell you the latest set right now on Flesh and Blood. I have no idea, and I've played the game recently. I could not tell you the recent set.
Yeah, but I don't think they're printing like...
They're not, but like I said, I think you can still use the same cards they printed 3 years ago today, and there is cards that have been... What was it called?
Well, that just right there, that kind of settles my point with Magic, with newer players. You say there's a problem with how Wizards and all them is printing.
Yeah.
And I see it's more as a advantage for the newer people out. And
that's true, because they can kind of just pick up their set, and then they're like, okay, this is a new set, I guess.
Yeah, and then they can
get into the game.
And if it takes them a month or two before they go back and try to buy it, them cards just won't be on the shelf. But like Flesh and Blood, it's not as big as Magic.
No, it ain't nowhere close.
But if it goes back to the earlier days of this world we play, Magic and stuff. If you didn't get that set when it first was launched,
yeah, that's true. You was out.
And then you're going to pay a high markup price online for a single card. And a lot of card stores, I don't even think does Page 3 out there?
Flesh and Blood? I ain't seen none.
I only know one card shop close to us sells Flesh and Blood product.
That's the gaming company.
Yeah, the co-op.
Is it co-op? The gaming company.
Gaming.
I think it's company. Gaming company.
But them's the best.
Then you got the one in Grayson, the dungeon, the Smith's dungeon.
Now that right there is an awesome place to go.
So you got you three big hitters when it comes to trading card games. Really, you got Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, Magic.
Yeah, them's the Godfathers.
Those are the big three.
Yeah.
And really, I never see anybody playing Pokemon, but I see everybody collecting the crap out of it.
Well, now Pokemon was always, it started in '99, and that's where You know, a lot of us, it was kids, you know, like including me, you know, I had so many Blastoids, first editions. And I don't even know what happened to my cards. I didn't get rid of them. I know that.
They're buried in your backyard somewhere, Tommy.
They probably are. Mom probably gave them away.
Yeah, there was a lot of cards Mom gave away or just burned.
I mean,
because she'd find them in the fall. But I didn't know how to take care of cards really now like I do now.
My older cousin, William Carty. He had.
This hurts my soul.
I know for a fact he had some Power Nines. I know. I can't remember if they was white alphas, or beta, or I think they was white border, to be truthful.
Yeah.
And when he got married, he flew to Australia and married this woman. And while he was down there, his dad was up here and burnt all his magic cards, every one of them.
Oof.
And I know he had one card. Is my all-time favorite card in Magic is Time Walk, and I know he had that card.
That's an awesome card.
And just to know it probably got burnt. Yeah, I mean that's a hard pill to swallow. So,
yeah.
And you know but our parents growing up, they didn't know this stuff was going to be.
No, they didn't. I mean,
I remember graduating high school, started working at the factory in town.
Well, you give stuff away too when you get that. You just, how many video game systems and stuff? I remember going to flea markets and stuff, and people just almost giving away Nintendo cartridges, like boxes, because they couldn't get rid of them. It was like this old ancient Nintendo carts and these magic cards. Take them, get them out of my face.
Oh, well.
I gave all my magic cards away too to younger cousins and stuff, and here, take these. Well, they ain't worth nothing.
I remember right out of high school, that was in 05, and I was working and stuff, and I would go to Bull Creek. I remember seeing shoe boxes of magic cards, Pokemon cards, and they would have them priced for maybe like $3 and $4 a box, and they was just really giving them away. They just wanted rid of them, and I'm sitting there like, now I'm like, I should have just, I should have been buying.
Just think if you could go back to the flea markets and the Bull Creeks or the stockyard or whatever. I'm telling you, I remember boxes and boxes of Nintendo carts for nothing. Just wanting rid of them.
Yeah, I remember.
Like they was pleased that they could make it $1 on a Contra or something.
Oh yeah, and little Samson. You imagine?
Oh God!
You imagine being in a flea market or something. Really, when Xbox 360 was like big, and these people might have had a little Samson just laying there, and it was just like $2-3, and that, now that's like a $5,000 game.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I mean, people bought them too. The people that were still collecting NES and stuff, or just wanted the whole library. I don't think they was collecting because they thought they was going to get rich, though.
No.
And it just so happened, like, oh crap, these things are worth a lot of money now.
And
the internet and eBay has done away with a lot of that too. Like, you can't hardly get a deal on eBay anymore.
No.
Because everybody looks up everything, even Goodwill.
We don't need to get on Goodwill.
Goodwill used to be able to find deals on everything, but now, if a rare Nintendo game comes in there, they'll actually look it up and they'll price it. Like
they don't sell it in the store.
Yeah, they send it to.
They send it to another distribution center.
Then they'll sell it online or something.
Yeah, they sell it on their bid website. Is like eBay.
Yep.
And even Magic cards, they're doing that too. So, I mean, it's like, it really brings back a question. And I've asked you, and I've asked Alex, and I've asked everybody this question. But if you was pulling into a yard sale, and some woman, a little old lady, was selling some cards, and you see something worth actual money, would you tell them or would you just buy it and go on?
God, that's a hard one.
I know what I do. I try to jew her down.
Yeah.
I'll be like, and I know people out there want to say, "Oh, well, that's mean. You shouldn't do that." Well, I want the card. So I mean,
it's hard. Like, I wouldn't.
There's an ethics question there.
If I knew it was actually authentic and knew it was worth a lot of money, I wouldn't even try to, haggle them down. I would be like, here, this is what you asked for, this is what you're getting.
Yeah.
But, that's hard to say. I wouldn't give them full price because that's, there ain't no way in the world I would pay. If they had a Black Lotus there, I would not pay them what it was worth. Like, they just out.
No.
But I would give them probably like, a lot of, what would appear to be a lot of money, I guess, for all their yard sale crap. Like, I'd probably buy more than just.
Yeah, I mean.
just the card.
Yeah.
Whatever they had the card priced at, I would buy like the whole yard sale out.
I mean, you ain't gonna just snatch what you're buying and get out. I mean, I would just snatch what I want and get out.
Yeah.
It'd be like trying to at least get $5 or $6 throw off of it. So like, and I guess that's a term. Knowledge is power, and you shouldn't pay for somebody's education on that.
Yeah, but that's a hard one because
I know it's an ethics question, and people want to say, well, that's wrong to say it that way. And
But now, if a 80-year-old woman, she's having a yard sale, and her grandson or child's died or something like that, and they're all in this binder, she ain't gonna go through all that.
No, and it's hard to sell them cards single.
It is.
I mean, you're talking about cards as.
So you're talking about this 80-year-old woman that probably doesn't know how to use the internet anyway.
Yeah.
Going through a binder of these cards, all she thinks is that they're cards. Like she probably thinks they're baseball or similar cards. Actually, she probably thinks the baseball cards are worth a lot more.
Yeah.
And like, what are these stupid things?
I mean,
that's exactly what she's going. I'm like going through this old lady's head. She's probably like, "What are these? Nobody in the world knows what these are. This don't have King Griffey Jr. on it. This has a Mox Ruby on it."
Yeah.
Like, what does that even mean? She'd be like,
and she ain't will know where to go sell, and a lot of these cards is high end cards, so they go in special auctions. And
let's turn it around on you here. If you was running a card store and the old lady said, "I got these old cards here," do you do the ethical thing then?
I mean, I know. I mean,
because how many times has that probably happened? She's got these binder boxes full of cards, and she probably just says, "How will you give me for these?" You're probably sitting at the counter like, "All right, I'm not going through all these cards. How much you want for them?" or something like, "Here, $100 bucks." All of a sudden, you find like everything in the world in it.
Yeah, I mean, and that happens. That happens even right now. That happens, but that's a hard question because I think a business needs to hold themselves at a little more higher standing, and just a regular collector, but. They should be honest enough to tell, hey, this is what this is. You got a bunch of these cards that's really sellable, and I really want these cards, but I can't give you nowhere near what these 9 cards is. If you're talking about a full hour 9 coming in the door, because
that'd be awesome. Hey, here's these pair of 9s for $5.
And then I would. And then I would be a little worried if they was stolen.
Yeah.
I mean, I probably, would want to see some kind of proof these was theirs. Because, that's funny. You can have your stuff stolen, and it's gone. Because there's no tracking this stuff down. Unless you get it graded, and, you got a little serial number on them at that moment in time.
That does help, but even then, people have found that CGC and PSA have graded fake cards.
Yeah, I have seen that too.
We could talk about the fake cards for a century, I think.
But with that topic right there, anytime there's a way for a person to make more money and what they're really supposed to be making, people's want to do it.
Yeah.
And that's the world we live in.
Let's try to wrap up this episode. Let's talk about our favorite set so far. Our favorite set so far that we've. You want to do modern era or like just all together favorite set?
Let's
or
go.
just pick two. One kind of recent, one back in the day.
Well, okay, that's easy. One for me then is Dominaria Unite.
That's a good set.
That's my all-time favorite set. Currently was printed. And then my second set, I would have to say Kaladesh.
Kaladesh?
That's probably my favorite. And
I wish I could remember a lot of Kaladesh, but I don't remember it.
And the problem was when I started getting back into Magic, I wanted to
Kaladesh.
I wanted to buy that box again, and it was like $400, and I'm like, what happened? And
Well, somebody brought that up the other day, and we'll talk about that in another episode, about the prices of booster boxes now compared to even 3 years ago.
oh yeah,
It's crazy. But my favorite sets here recently has been the Brothers War. I think that set was fantastic because I love artifacts and I love equipment and stuff. I just think it's cool. I don't know why. It's just my fantasy in me, I guess. Fantasy action.
yeah.
Like somebody equipping a big sword or just whatever. I just think that's cool. And the Brothers War is just an awesome story anyway between Urza and Mishra. If you like the Magic the Gathering lore, it's just cool because they got the weak and they got the wheat and the might stone. Even though like didn't Mishra get upset that it was even called the weak stone because it's really not weak, but
Yeah,
it just weakens artifacts.
yeah, I've looked at the story.
The story's crazy. It's really good. And old school Magic, I really like the elf set. It's called Lorwyn or something like that. Lorwyn. But it had all kinds of black and green elves in it, and that's been one of my favorite sets.
Yeah.
I'm probably not saying it right. It starts with an L, Lorwyn or something, but that's where I started my love for black and green elves.
I tell you what now, whoever they pay to write Magic products, they're very creative, and I can't pronounce half of the stuff they write.
Lorwyn. This is from 2007, actually. I didn't even know. I thought it was younger or newer than that. Lorwyn is the first Lorwyn block. Yeah, that is a cool set. It has a lot of elves in it.
Yeah.
And like some of the first Planeswalker looks like Guruk was in there. But yeah, I love that set. And I love Time Spiral too. That's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
I remember trying to collect the crap out of it, even been poor and couldn't. Like I gotta get a pack of Time Spiral. These cards are awesome.
I mean,
I think they're gonna. Did they do a Time Spiral remastered?
Yeah.
Or am I just imagining that? They probably did, and I missed it.
Yeah, that was 2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah, I figures I missed it.
Yeah. Cause I remember buying them. I bought a few of them packs at Walmart.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing around here. Walmart carries Magic the Gathering, Yu-Gi-Oh, and Pokemon.
Yeah.
So it's just bigger, just automatically because of that.
I did see over at the Paintsville Walmart, they had some Dragon Ball Z cards.
They do have Dragon Ball Z cards. I have picked up Dragon Ball Z cards there. I got them somewhere.
I was hoping for Naruto, but there ain't no new.
But I say quit buying Magic cards or any kind of trading card game at Walmart because it sucks there.
Well, their prices is all over the board.
Yeah, it's not a good place to buy a trading card game.
And really, Walmart, and I know
it's convenient. That's like you don't have to go anywhere else if you're already there. Like don't get me wrong, I've bought a commander deck there. Don't get me wrong, I've bought a pack there, even a bundle. Not here recently because I just quit going to Walmart. I can't stand Walmart anymore.
I mean, I worked for Walmart there for a long time.
You did.
I worked 4 years, and I know how Walmart works to a point. And when it comes to the trading cards, everybody wants to crap on Walmart and say they're jacking the prices up. It is not them. It is their vendors.
Yeah.
The vendors comes in and they give a list to the managers and stuff, and they got to go and program it into their system what is being sold for. It is not Walmart. And
I just don't like, even though I've hit some dandies at Walmart pulling the packs like that, but it's at least $1 or $2 more almost for a single pack.
Yeah, you can spend a little more gas money and go up to pipe bill, and
Yeah.
you'll
actually get more bang for your buck if you go to LGS.
And and that's what's hard about us is we have to travel to go get cards. Or at least we want to go to Walmart and pay a jacked up price, and it's really not Walmart's fault. I mean, I hate to really
be on Walmart's side at all.
but that's how retail is, Zane. But they get contracts they want to sell for. I think the people who sells for Walmart or sell through Walmart is MJ Holdings.
Yeah, that's true. MJ Holdings.
And they're the people is letting Walmart take all this blame, and it's really not Walmart there. Walmart, they're a good company to work for, but I know a lot of people want to disagree with me, but on that subject. But when you're dealing with vendors and you're dealing with all that stuff, they're online you sell through third-party sellers too, is on Walmart.com. And I know when the fidget spinners come out.
Oh man, did I get busted on fidget spinners, or did I get busted on fidget spinners?
Walmart, they had them selling for like $4 a fidget spinner, and people online was on their website was charging $300 and $400 for one. I've seen a few.
Oh yeah. Well, I'll end on this story, and then I'll let Tony tell something else. I'll tell a story about the fidget spinners.
Oh God.
The fidget spinners come out, what,
about 2014, 2015, somewhere in there?
Somewhere around there, and I went to South Carolina on vacation, and this is when they was peak, everybody had to have fidget spinners, and this had to have been like 2016 or 17. This was peak fidget spinners. I'm telling you, it was like peak. And this is before I knew about AliExpress.
Probably about 18.
Yeah, it was probably 2017 or 18. I know. Let's see. It was 2000. It was after 2017, so it was about 2018.
Yeah.
Went to South Carolina with the family, and of course they had a fidget spinner booth while we was walking by. And my son sees these fidget spinners and throws absolute, I gotta have it. You know how kids are. If you got kids, it sucks whenever your little one wants something. And they had this Captain America Avengers shield and another dragon. I still got them somewhere, I think. And it was cool looking. And they looked heavy, they was heavy and stuff like that. And I paid $50 a piece for those things down there in South Carolina. I got back and I looked on AliExpress the next year or something and found them for $5.
Yeah.
I'm just oh yeah, I got. It's just one of those vendors, and they set up there and they made bank on people. I'd say tourists like me and their kids just wanting the cool fidget spinner. All of a sudden, $50 a pop, easy.
What gets me with, and I'll finish up right here, but what gets me about resellers, that can be through Walmart, all this stuff. Toys is for fidget and stuff like that. That's a century toy. What they really are. And I only know what this stuff is because of my son. And and I got on Amazon and we paid $27 or $37, forget what we actually, for a fidget slug. And And we bought 3 of them for one for each kid.
Yeah.
Because when one found out, the other one was going to get it.
You guys know if you have kids.
And my oldest girl at the time was 13.
Yeah.
She threw a bigger fit, and the baby did. And I was like, whatever, we'll just buy them. We have the money, go on. And me and my wife was in Walmart and was strolling up the little cheap aisle of toys. Looked down on the shelf, was the same slug for $5.
Oh.
And I'm like,
yep.
and you know, and fidget toys, they're marketed to kids with autism and Down syndrome and stuff like that. And these was not called fidget. They was just a slug over on the shelf for $5, and it was the identical. And I'm like, I hate people.
Reselling it's crazy.
You know, and I can understand their benefit, why they're doing it.
Yeah.
Because, you know, they're trying to make a little extra money. But when you're going after stuff like that, and when there's little kids out there that needs that stuff because it calms them down.
Well, I think it's got cheaper too because they become more popular and more people made them too.
Well, and then the prices is starting to fall too because of 3D printer.
Yeah, 3D printing help.
You know, they're not die cast modes and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I could tell stories about buying stuff and collecting it all day long about.
Well, that's why we're doing this podcast, Tony.
Yeah, and
we can just talk about our experiences with collecting magic and just in general.
Because, I mean...
Because they all kind of go together a little bit.
I mean, I guess the reason why I would tell that was because, you know, we was new parents with a kid was diagnosed with autism. Mm-hmm. And there's nothing wrong with that, but people will take advantage of you if they know you need it.
Yeah, I mean...
And that's just...
Supply and demand.
And that's just the way it is. And the resellers and magic cards and vendors, it all evolves around the 3-tier system. And I had to learn of what the 3-tier system was when I was collecting bourbon.
Yeah.
Because, you know, a lot of these products was allocated, wasn't going to site to site, but the distributors has to jack the price up. And then when you can go to Buffalo Trace and buy a bottle of E.H. Taylor for $40, and then you hit a liquor store, they're $100 bottle, just because it's an allocated bottle, and that's the system on a 3-tier system. So I mean, that's all I got with that. And you know, besides that, magic cards and all that, Pokemon.
It's the same way, really. It's the same thing.
Well, they're allocated products too.
Same thing.
You know, they're.
You got Hasbro. I was looking at half of the comic book collection I got anymore, and it has Hasbro on it. And I'm just like, Hasbro owns everything I collect anymore.
Yeah.
Magic, they own Magic. Don't act like they don't. I think Amazon owns Hasbro, if I ain't mistaken.
Yeah.
Right? I don't know. I have to look that up. Let me look that up real quick and we'll end the show.
Hasbro owns Magic.
Or Amazon owns Hasbro. Hasbro, I know for a fact Magic is owned by Hasbro. Who owns Hasbro?
It probably is Amazon.
I know Amazon sells a lot of Hasbro stuff, so I don't know what is going on.
I know with the Lego side of the collectible world, you have to be permitted to sell. Like, you can't just go to Walmart and flip the products. Like back in the day, you probably could, but now you got to be gave permission you're going to be allowed to. So I don't really understand that stuff.
Let's see here. Amazon acquires Hasbro to become exclusive seller of Monopoly. What? I'm telling you, there's somebody big owns Hasbro too. So Hasbro owns trademarks products of Kenner, Milton Bradley, Parker Brothers, and Wizards of the Coast. Wizards of the Coast, of course, is Magic the Gathering.
Yeah.
But now who owns Hasbro? I'm pretty sure there's a deal with Amazon or something. I'm not, you know, you have to do your own research now, folks.
Well, I do know on Amazon too, every now and then you get these flash sales on Magic products.
Yeah,
You don't
that's what I'm
really-
talking about. It's weird.
When you really don't get that for any other card game.
No, there's something up with Amazon. Does Amazon own Hasbro? Let's see. It seemed like they bought it or something. I can't remember. What would be some pros and cons of Amazon buying Hasbro? That's old. This might happen. That's just a Reddit post. Either it's been talked about. There's something going on with Amazon and Hasbro. I'm pretty sure Hasbro almost went bankrupt or something.
Yeah, and
I don't know, but it's been. I'm just telling you, they own. There's specific companies out there, guys, that own everything.
yeah, and you're not going to get away from that.
No, like even it comes down to like our soft drinks, our food, processed food. It's really crazy when you keep going up the ladder, how it's owned by like 3 companies in the world or something.
The funny thing is, everybody wants to talk about Walmart owning their own food company. That's not the case.
Yeah.
They subcontract with Frito-Lay's and all the chip companies to make their
Great
chip.
Value brand.
Yeah, that is the scraps from Frito-Lay's.
That makes sense. So they just contract out like.
Yeah, they just design a bag and they put that in production.
That is weird.
And that's
I wonder why they agree to that. Because ain't they losing money by doing that, or?
No, actually, because they're it's the ends. Because Frito-Lay's is getting the best of the of the tater world, and Walmart's getting the little subpar stuff.
Okay.
And it's actually making money. Both is making money.
Oh yeah, because I people go with the cheaper route because they're like, well, it's chips, but that ain't that much different. And they're like, it's like $1 cheaper.
Well, I'll tell you what, and it ain't a bad chip.
No, I make Great Value stuff.
I like it, but that's really how that works too. I'm just dropping all their secrets.
Learn more on the AppalachiaTCG podcast about Walmart secrets.
But no, it is, I think people does give Walmart a little bad rep, but it's not really that bad. I think their vendors is it all comes down to vendors, and that's LGS's. LGS's is suffering through their vendors too. So
Yeah.
you can't be mad at LGS because they got to make a few dollars too.
Yeah, they do. I mean, they have to.
Or
they're not going to carry. Why would you carry something that ain't making money?
Yeah, and and you got to have. They got to be able to live too.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not every day you want to be able to run into somebody selling wholesale products.
Not anymore, for sure. I think that ship has done and sailed.
I mean, well, they started cracking down on it, and you really now need a business license and LLC, and and your LLC needs to match what you're selling. There's a lot of legal issues going on there.
Mm-hmm.
So, but it's just, if somebody can make $1 off of you, they want to make $1. So
we went from talking sets to making $1 off people. That's how this podcast goes, folks.
But with the sets, I see it's so good with Magic in general as a whole for them to keep printing.
Yeah, it is. I mean, they have to keep making new cards, or
because
it gives people something to go after. But and I'll try to end it here. I'll let Tony finish up. It used to be you wanted to collect a whole set, like at least one card from the whole. You know, people used to do that back in the day.
Yeah.
Like you collect the whole thing of Revised, or you collect the whole thing of, like, I'd love to have the whole set of Lorwayne or something like that. But now it's like these cards come out so fast you can't even fall in love with them no more. You know what I'm saying? That's my problem. It's like, it would be crazy to try to collect every card in the Fallout set.
Well, now,
I think that would be great because it's only collector's packs.
I wish they would do more stuff on that topic, like they done with Doctor Who.
Yeah.
You bought all 4 Commander decks.
Yeah.
You got one of every card was printed. You got every card of that print run. You didn't get the fancy variant arts for, the Commander, the collector booster packs, but they was there. You got every card, and I wish Wizards of the Coast would make a full set print, one of each card. You can just go to and pre-order it, or just buy it and put them in binders and just set them up on the shelf and be like,
yeah.
I wish they would do stuff like that. And I've heard they used to do it on back in the day, but I've never seen nothing was physical proof they did. And I wish they would, because I'm a collector first before a player, and some of these cards in these sets is gorgeous. And
they are.
I mean, they could put a gold border around these cards, make them same, and just where you can have them. And if you get lucky enough to pull them out of a pack, you can want to replace that in there and have a real card, playable card. That would be fun. That would actually give you something to work for, to change all the gold to a real, and I wish they would do stuff like that. But, that's going to cost more money, and that's just going to be, people's going to say, oh, that ain't fair, they're doing this, and, and it just, that's what that is.
We got the Google thing up kicking on.
But yeah, that's what this is.
Hey Google, stop.
I just wish Wizards of the Coast would do stuff like that, and they just don't.
The Google Mini picked us up talking.
But yeah,
we'll leave that in. Why not?
that was pretty cool.
That was funny. Guys, I think that's it for this episode. Check out our website, our play group at AppalachiaTCG group here in McGoffin County. We're getting low on battery anyway. We got 12%. So
I think it's
from a full battery. We've talked all night.
Yeah.
But www.AppalachiaTCG, not Appalachian, they don't have an N on it. AppalachiaTCG, and it'll be linked in the description box. This will be on Appalachia Insider, as well as the YouTube channel, mine, Smango, trading card and board gaming.
Eventually, I'll give me a channel, and I'll be able to promote my channel on this too. So,
yeah.
I just like talking about Magic.
Yeah, that's kind of what I started doing, and here it's growing, and I'm still doing the giveaway. Let's talk about that for a second. This Commander giveaway is still going on, so if you guys haven't signed up yet, I haven't done it yet. It's Ostringer, the Reconstructor, but still doing that giveaway. It's all you have to do is go to that video, look it up. I haven't got a chance to do it yet, guys. I know I said I was going to do it one weekend, and it's already 9 o'clock right now. So
is it really?
Yeah. But I haven't got all the episodes yet on the website. I ain't even got the first episode up yet, I don't think, or did I? I can't remember. But it'll be on there. There is some events going on for Flesh and Blood, I think, this week or next week. Next weekend?
What?
They're playing Flesh and Blood, I think.
At the library?
I think so.
I know they're playing the 27th. They had to pick a bad day for it.
Yeah.
That's my sister's birthday. and I don't know if I'm gonna get to go now or not. So
I can't do anything. Like right now, it's baseball and it's every day. So I was just like, guys, you got to go have to schedule it yourselves. And
right now,
but we'll be back full force whenever baseball's over. I'll start making more events. I'm hoping to have like a popper event, a modern event, and still play Flesh and Blood. Everybody can come play whatever they want, like Dungeons and Dragons, whatever.
Hey, it's gonna be a rough couple months for me because
you're moving. So
hopefully, Jane's supposed to close Tuesday.
Okay, well.
So
guys, just we got our group on Facebook, the AppalachiaTCG group. If you want to join that, there's a Discord too. You can find all this on the website www.appalachiatcg.com.
And again, on the group side, please join the group. And if you're able to come out and play with us at the library or maybe at the farmhouse, we love seeing people come out. We love talking to new people. And it's just so much fun. And that's really what this game is all about.
Yeah, we'll teach you how to play Magic or Flesh and Blood. Listen, there's people playing Flesh and Blood and they will teach you, I promise.
And if you don't got decks, don't worry about it.
If you want to learn, just come on down. There's so many cards. Like, if you want a deck, well, I'll give you a box, probably.
I mean, just
make you a deck.
Just come down, please do that. I mean, if you're able, and if you've been a little hesitant of coming down, there's nothing to be scared about.
I try to be as friendly as I can be. I'm me here on this, pretty much. Tony's the same way.
I have scooped out of a game playing in a 4 and knowing I'm going to lose this game anyway. And scoop just because I see somebody new come in and they're just looking at us like they want to do it and they don't have no cards. And I start pulling out starter decks and I'm making a conversation with them and I'm just wanting them to sit down and try to play. And that's really what I love doing. And there's like, the Flesh and Blood crowd. If they see you wander a little too close, they will snag you and try to want to teach you that.
It's like those hands that come out of the ground. They rip up and just grab a hold of you and you're just God after that.
But the head person on that side he is so awesome to talk to and just be around. And he's very passionate about the game. And that's really what we're trying to do.
Yeah. We're just trying to get people crazy about card games and collecting them like we are. That's what our goal is anyway.
Well, I like to try to get the younger generation out, and because
I don't think they collect like we do in it. But like my son, he doesn't collect anything.
Well, there's just so much where we live in Eastern Kentucky. There's nothing for us to do. So
we better wrap it up. We got 5%. So www.AppalachiaTCG.com. I'm definitely going to do another episode here soon. This is the second episode. Can you believe that even?
No, this has been a blast and this is fun.
Me and Tony talk all the time, so we might as well just mic each other up and just talk.
Yeah. There's a lot of stuff goes rattling on in my head alone.
Yeah. So like you said, you can follow Tony. Probably set up something so you can follow him eventually. Whatever that is.
It's probably going to be about 2 to 3 months.
A YouTube channel on Twitter, whatever.
Yeah.
Of course, you can find us on Facebook. We're on the group. You can find me on Twitter or x.com, the Smango. Anyways, guys, we'll wrap it up, I guess. Like I said, the camera's done. Anything else?
No, just join the group and we can talk on there. So.
All right, guys, we'll see you next time here. I don't know when this episode will be released, but sometime this week. But until next time.